Howdy, 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 howdy. Yes, it is kind of windy outside. I got the windows open a little bit. Not quite sure what's going to be happening later. The wind is picking up a little bit more and more as the day goes on. So we're just chilling, man. Playing some Stratocaster today. I think this is a Fender Strat Deluxe, I believe. I believe. I could be wrong. And I noticed it's always got that button right there so you can get some more tonal options if you want. So I haven't played this in a long time. I love this guitar. It's the closest thing to a SRV that I could really afford. So it's a great guitar. I love it. Really cool, man. Gold hardware. It's got these noiseless pickups in there. Pretty cool. TWF, how you doing? Vigilant, how you doing, man? Yeah, we're just hanging out for a few minutes, man. Nothing extravagant here. Always miss that note. What was that, TW? If you haven't seen this before, yeah, this is I believe it's a Fender Deluxe, man. See how it's got that extra button right here at the bottom? And you know what's weird is when I ordered it, I didn't even notice that until I got it out of the case. I said, "What is that button right there?" Duh. And yeah, so they have them in some really nice colors. This, which I love this color, and they have them like in some kind of transparent blue and I think a red as well. So yeah. How much was this guitar, man? Got it from AMS. Oh man, I want to say it was like 700, somewhere in that ballpark, but it plays good. Thank you, TWF. He says beautiful guitar. Thank you, man. Yeah. Yeah, it plays great. It's, like I said, I had an SRV and I sold it, so I was like, well, this was the closest thing I could get to it, financially. But it's fine. The SRV had a real thick neck on it. I think I've mentioned that before. And this one does good, though. It's pretty fun, man. Sinner, he says, "Hey, Joe and all, how you doing, man?" Oh, Mike Ray, he's got one like this, but it's built into the volume knob. Oh, okay, yeah. Like I said, I could have the name wrong. GWF says he loves the gold hardware. Yeah, man, thank you. I do too. That's always just a given for me. I'm like, up, so take my money. Adam Scheinberg is in the house. Hey, Adam. Mark Taylor has made it to the party. Say, Mr. Taylor. Yeah, you can probably see a little bit daylight still coming through here. We got the window open and the curtains open, so got a little bit extra light in here, I think. So yeah, man. Thank y'all for joining. Hope everybody's doing well today. Ain't that something playing a Strat and got this Eddie shirt on playing a Wolfgang? Oh well, ain't no big. Try it again. We dropped, man. Like that's a surprise, right? Yes, Adam says he's always loved the tobacco sunburst colors. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. I've always loved that as well. Mr. James Lau has made it. How you doing, Mr. Lau? Thank you, man. No, no, sir. They are not. They are actually noiseless pickups. I'm gonna try to hold it to the camera and see if you can see the word noiseless written in like gold lettering. It's like a cursive. Let me see if you can see it. But it says noiseless. Noiseless. Man, I can't talk today. I don't know if you could see that or not, but yeah, it's noiseless pickups. And something I remember a long time ago, getting hung up here. Uh, actually, it was when I was going through my divorce, my first marriage, and my attorney. I don't know why it's flashed in my head. He had a Fender Stratton in his office, and that was the first thing when I walked when for a consult. See, there I go again, consultation. And I said, "Oh, you play guitar?" He goes, "Oh yeah." I was like, "Hired." He had a blue Strat sitting over in like this chair, and it had like what they call lace sensor pickups in it, and I'd never seen that before. And he had that, and he was trying to explain to me about them and how good they were and everything. But after my divorce was over, that was it. I never seen him again, so which is good. You know what I'm saying? But he had a cool guitar. He had a cool Fender Strat with lace sensor pickups, and I was like, man, what is that? I've never had seen that. That was a long time ago. But yeah, see him a lot now. I don't know. I messed that up, didn't I? Try it again. Anybody know what that is? It's an oldie but goodie. Never gonna lose. Can't refuse. See if you know what that is. We used to do that a lot. That one a lot in the band days. It was a fun song to do. That is correct. TWF, no 60 cycle hum. That's right. Yes. Um, Adam says playing the didn't get my load blues. Yeah. Now that was anybody remember Three Dog Night? Never been to Spain? remember Elvis would cover that a lot too. Mr. James Lyle says, am I liking the cube? Yes. I'm going through it right now. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I'm loving it, man. Yeah, it's fun, man. I like that slapback. Pretty cool. Very cool. Yeah, and the main pickup I love using, of course, if you have the pickup selector switch all the way down, it's your bridge pickup, right? Like right here is the bridge. See how bright that is? But the one I like doing is one position up from that, where you use, I guess it's the bridge in the middle, or maybe the bridge in the neck. I love using that on this guitar. I think it sounds really cool. You can just turn the volume up just halfway and it's still kind of clean, and then you can crank it and it'll kick in, but it's there when you need it. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, just hanging out today, man. Playing a little guitar. The granddaughter just left probably about 20 minutes ago. So my wife's messing around outside, putting some things away. I think she's winding her day up, or should I say wrapping her day up? One of those. And yeah, man, so just thought I'd go live for a few minutes. It doesn't feel like Sunday, though. Man. Important scales to learn, the Vigilant says. Oh, Lord. Well, I don't know. I think a good thing, actually, I was messing with, I guess, about an hour ago. I think it's kind of good to know where to go. Like, let's say a C chord, for instance, right here, doing a C chord. You know, or you can do it this way. You can make a power chord, or you can do a regular C. As long as it's a C, right? So I'm so used to doing kind of the same areas on the neck. So sometimes I'll try to go to a different chord and see if I can find it, you know. Yeah, I'm still that guy, you know, because I don't know a whole lot of theory. I just kind of, you know, well, I need to go here and here. I couldn't tell you what, you know, what position, like, you know, what note. Well, this is an F, and this is the, you know, I don't know. I can tell you the fret number and what string. That's about the best. But like, let's say you're on a C, right? So I know that if I go up here at the what is this? The let's see, 8th and 10th, kind of start up there. Oh, let me turn so you can see it right in here. Kind of start in there. Yes, TWF, me too, man. So you start on the C, you kind of go up to that. What does that say? The 8 and the 10th. Right in that area. So you gotta that kind of that I don't know what they call it, pentatonic, or kind of in that box. So that's, what is that? I'm on the A string. What is that? 7th, 8th, and 10th. I do that all the way up to the G. And then you go to that extended box where it's the 8th and 11th. Right there, see? And then when I come back down on the A, on that 8th, I'll slide down to the 6th, and then slide back up on the low E to the 8th. That's your root, right? And it's always good to end with that octave note. Somebody said something. Oh, Mike Ray says he loves using a wah pedal too. I love it. Yeah, I love it. I try not to be too, no offense here, too Kirk Hammett about it, because I think Mr. Hammett likes using a wah on everything. But yeah, like, let's say if I'm in C, and like I said, I go in that little box pattern. So there you go. And try to get a little melodic if you can. Don't just keep it all about a scale. Try to make a little melody or something. That way it doesn't get so boring. Always love how to end on an octave, man. That, who I got that from, man? They do it all the time. Zach Wild. I see him do that all the time when he comes back down. Like, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not a flashy player, man. I just a couple of licks here and there. And then instead of leaving it on the low note, go to that octave, which would be on the on the D, The 10th, yeah. So you slide up. I say the octave because it'll sound like this. If you don't separate it, the octave, of course, is like this. And Eric Johnson does that a lot too. So there you go. Something real quick. I wasn't prepared, as you can tell, but yeah. Just go to C. Start on the 8th right here on the A if you want. Turn my volume up. Like I said, I do all the way up to the G. Thank you, Mr. Williams. Yeah, it's just one of them things, man. Yeah. Let's see. 8 and a 10 on the A. Work your way up. And if you want to do like a little bend on that, what's that? The G. You do like what they call like the kind of the Chuck Berry riff. So there's different ways to make it expressive. You don't have to be so stale and doing little, I guess, a scale like that, you know. So there you go, something nice and quick. Nothing fancy, but maybe it'll help somebody, you know, maybe, you know. And like I said, if you don't quite understand it, you can rewind the video or, you know, later and listen to me stumble again. Maybe you'll get it then. I don't know. Oh, Lord. RMG 471 says, Joe, I thought you were driving tonight. They had me scheduled off, man, and I did not find that out until I got to work. And nobody is there on Sunday. So somebody failed to call me Friday, you know, because management is off Saturday and Sunday, or the, you know, people in the office. And I was not told. I didn't get a phone call Friday afternoon saying, hey, you don't have a load Sunday. So I drove all the way to work, found out I was off. Turned around, came back home. So there you go. Yeah. Yeah, RMG, I drove to work and went to get my tractor, and I found out that I wasn't scheduled. So I just got out of the truck, got in my personal truck, and drove back home. An hour back home. 2-hour commute round trip. But yeah, more guitar time, he says. Yeah, which is cool, but you know, it's gonna suck getting that that light check next week. It's like, oh. But like I said, I don't know if I'll be working tomorrow or not either, because I just found out they canceled school down there. And like I said in my last live feed when I was leaving Walmart, that's probably why my load got canceled, because when school was canceled, for me, since I have the number 2 load, that's what impacts me. If school's out, that impacts me. Now, the guy above me, it doesn't impact him at all. He works either way, but, you know. Oh, that's okay, RMG. That's no problem, man. Shampooing the carpets, he says. That's cool, man. Yeah. So, yeah, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, so I don't know if I'll be working tomorrow or not, man. I have no idea. So, I'll find out in the morning. You know, I'll get a text message saying either you're working or you're not, you know. That's how it goes, man. Once I finally got through the summer and school started back, I was like, okay, I've got it. I'm in good shape now, you know. And then the hurricanes come, and I was like, oh, they called school off, canceled school, so that's going to impact me greatly, you know. I was like, wow. So, but we'll see. We'll be all right. It'll be. I ain't gonna lie to you. It'll be tight financially, but we'll just do what we can do, man. You know what I'm talking about. Like here, man, I don't put up no front talking about, you know, I got this, I got that. I ain't got nothing. I make it week to week. And that's it. TWF says, do I know any Thin Lizzy songs? Oh, man, I used to kind of know. Well, if you go back on this channel, man, I covered The Boys Are Back in Town. Right now, I can't remember how it goes because it's been so long ago, but I covered it on this channel if you go back. Or if you just go to my channel and just search, you know, Boys Are Back in Town, it'll bring that video right up, you know. and it's pretty cool. It was fun to do. There was a lot going on in that song, that more than I realized, as far as the chords and stuff. And I haven't tried it. Man, it's probably been over a year. So that's when I do like a guitar related video. I'll sit there and work on it and try to learn it, and I get it, and I'll record, do the cover, play it, do the video and everything. And then that's pretty much it. I don't never touch the song again unless, cause I don't have any gigs to go to or nothing. So, kind of a one-time thing, I guess, and my memory is not, is not that good anymore. But, yeah, just go on this channel, search, The Boys Are Back in Town, and that'll come up. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Great song. I love Thin Lizzy, man. Oh, RMG says the company he works for, the whole shop is closed down tomorrow. Wow. Where are you located, RMG? Wait a minute. You said that before. You said Indiana. I just now getting you confused with somebody else. Right. Yeah. So, yeah, man, it just shows how big this thing is impacting how many states. And it's just starting. It's just really making its mark today in Florida. Bless those people, man. It's so it's still got to come on up through there. Oh, okay. They have a shop in Tampa. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm sure that's closed. Yeah, everything is closed, man. And it's amazing how much power has already been lost there. And there's nothing, like I said before, there's nothing they can do till after this goes through. Then they can start uh, trying to get stuff repaired. I think my buddy Jim I was talking to earlier, he said that he heard that it's not a matter of them fixing the power; it's a matter of them rebuilding, like a bunch of the power facilities and stuff. That's just, man. And they said this was the biggest hurricane on record. I think, you know, especially in, I would think it would be the biggest one. So scary stuff, man. Scary stuff indeed. You're welcome, TWF. Yeah, man. Yeah, like I said, just go on this channel and type it in. There's a lot of songs I've done. I was like, man, it's like a challenge. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. And I try to pick something that I kind of think I'll be able to handle. You don't see me doing like Steve Vai or Yngwie or something like that. So I can't play that stuff. I'm just not at that level. But it's mostly classic rock, stuff like that. And then there's some songs in the 80s that I really love, and there's a few songs in the 90s that I really like too. Not nothing that's too far out there, but I kind of pick stuff that I would like to learn. I'm like, I wonder if I can do this, and sometimes you get lucky, and sometimes I'm like, well, that didn't work. Simon Williams says he's watching CNN live. It looks pretty devastating. Oh gosh, yes, yeah, yes, it is, man. And like I said, the one of the main things too that down where I go at the coast of Myrtle Beach, or at the coast, um, talking about high probability of tornadoes. So I was like, good Lord, if if there's going to be tornadoes down there, yeah, I'll just stay home. Yeah, I'm not making any money, but at least I know I'm safe. I'll just stay here. Just do what I have to do. But that's just it. RMG, what the deal is the I know what you're saying, the way the storm's going and why is it affecting because it's so big and some of the stuff that's coming off there, those outer barriers, is causing uh, the right conditions for tornadoes. That's why. That's why that's like that. Yes, Tampa and St. Pete are very nice places. Yeah, when we flew, my wife and I went to Florida. It's been a while back. We landed at Tampa St. Pete Airport right there, and it's really beautiful. Yeah, very nice. High crime rate, but it's really nice. Center says it's better safe than sorry. Oh yeah, you got that right. Yes, the vigilant. I did hear that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ain't that something? That's how big, massive this Irma is. Yeah, it was pulling all that water away from other places. Yeah, because it feeds. From what I understand from watching the Weather Channel, I'm not a meteorologist. I'm not a scientist, but the longer that thing is over the ocean, that's how it gets its power. It's feeding off that, and as soon as it hits land, it starts to dissipate slowly. But long as it's over that open body of water, the ocean, man, it's gaining so much power. It ain't no joke. There is what they mean, RMGs, that even my wife said this other day that the hurricane is so big and powerful that it's rotating, that it's actually pulling some water from other areas. You know what I mean? Not real far away. You know what I'm saying? It's just that massive. It's just like a big suction valve almost. That it's making a difference where it's actually making a difference in the water levels in other areas. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. If I can explain it, that's about the best I can explain it. It's really crazy. Yeah, there you go, Center. He says, think of it as a water tornado. Yeah, that's about what I was going to say. Yeah, it's crazy. It's that's just how big this thing is. Cause nobody. It's like what can you do? And there were some people that stayed. Have y'all seen that? There were some people that stayed in that massive high-rise condo. That building, and those winds were so strong it was blowing out those windows. And there were some people that stayed. And I'm not saying I'm not passing judgment on anything. Maybe they couldn't leave. Maybe they just, maybe they decided to ride it out. I don't know, but all those windows have imploded, from the storm. And I was like, man, if they're up there like on the eighth or 10th or whatever floor, the stronger the wind is. And I'm like, man, I hope nobody got hurt. That's the only thing, I just don't want nobody to get, I don't want no fatalities. Because that was, what was that little island? Maybe y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Was it Barbuda? Am I saying that right? I mean, it demolished that whole island, man. It's uninhabitable now. I mean, it's it's there, but there's nothing there if you understand, except people. But all their houses, shelters, everything is destroyed. So there you go. You know, so you can only imagine what it's doing to Florida right now. You know, Oh, Centers, they're studying it, studying the storm in his class in college. Oh, wow. Yeah, Mr. Williams. Yeah, it's you know, it's good that the buildings are withstanding that, I should say. But if like they were saying, like Governor, what was his name? What's his name? Rick Scott. I might have the name wrong. The governor of Florida. He was saying, telling people, board up your windows and board and get out. And for the most part, people done that. But if you didn't board up anything and you're up in that high rise condo, how you gonna board that up there? And you stayed, man. Can you imagine? That's scary, man. That's scary. Oh, thank you, TWF. Yeah, I have to check that out, man. Yeah, April Wine, and yeah. Oh yeah, there's some good songs there. Yeah, I have to check that out. And here's the trick: when I want to try to, if I have an idea for a song that I'd like to cover or play along with or learn, I go to karaokeversion.com. That's where I get the backing tracks. A lot of people ask me that. Where do you get the backing tracks from? Well, when I first started to try to cover some of these songs with backing tracks, I would Google it just like anybody else. Free backing tracks, and some of them you would find it was like some of it was like that MIDI kind of music, like an old Casio, like an old video game, arcade game. It sounded awful. I was like, oh my god. And then you would find all these other places, and it was like, yeah, we got this, and it was like some guys in their garage with a microphone in their garage and recorded it as a live band. I was like, okay, I wanted something professional, So I went to karaokeversion.com, and it's yeah, you have to pay for them like I don't know, $1.99 a piece or something like that. And but they're recorded professionally and they're done professionally, and to me it's worth it, and they play it just like the original artist, and they try to set everything up and record it the same way it was when it was originally done by the original artist. Uh, you know, drum sounds, bass, everything. So they put some work in that stuff. So if you go back and do a classic rock song from the '70s and you remember how the original sounded production wise, 9 out of 10 times it's going to sound like that on the version you get from karaoke version. And always download the ones that says download version with vocals. Yeah, because I'm not a singer, so everything's there but the guitar. So it feels like you're playing with a full band. And that way, if you're off, you're going to know it because those guys are playing it right because it's already done. And so yeah, and y'all can go back and check this too. If you look on my channel a few videos back, I tried to do a cover of Fire by Jimi Hendrix, right? And I remembered how to play it. And there's a group that I belong to on Facebook called Fender Stratocaster Players. It's a great group because I love Strats. So I did that, covered that song, whatever, and played it. But when I was in the middle of doing it, I said, that just doesn't sound right. I was like, it's. So I even looked it up on. Are y'all familiar with Marty Schwartz? I'm sure. I mean, he's real big on YouTube. He's a guy that wears that hat, wears that kind of goofy hat. Seems like a really nice dude. And he was showing you how to play Fire by Jimi Hendrix. And I watched him. I said, yeah, I'm doing it right. But when I would play with the backing track, I was like, something just seems kind of off. And this is not the first time this has happened. It's only happened one or two other times. And so I played it, and I said, maybe, I don't know. So I checked my tuning, everything was good. Everything was right, Played it, put it together, put it on the group Fender Stratocaster Players on Facebook. And people were, there was a few people that said, that is out of tune, you're playing the wrong chords, blah, blah, blah. I know it all, those kind of people, I was like, wow, okay, cool. You just got to take the good with the bad. And I was like, I know I'm playing it right, but what it is the bass player on the track is not doing something right. He's kind of off, and it's throwing me off, and it makes me sound like I don't know what I'm doing. And I triple checked everything. I said, okay, yeah, I'm doing it right, So, but anyway, it kind of comes together midway through the song. But I don't know what that bass player was doing in the beginning of that karaoke version track, but he's just all over the place, and it makes me sound like that I'm either playing out of tune or I'm not playing the right chords, but I am. So it's just sometimes that happens, when you play with a backing track. I had one time, what was it? The other time that happened was Mississippi Queen by Mountain, and I went to go buy the track, and I bought it, and I was like, yeah, that sounds awesome. It sounds authentic, like the original. I go to play it, and it says it's in standard tuning, so I got my guitar to 440, standard. I go to play it, and I said, my God, that don't sound right. I had to actually tune my guitar by ear to match the pitch of the song. So it's like I almost had to tune a whole step up, almost, not quite. And I had to do that. That was a painstakingly long process, to do it by ear to match it up. And I was like, now see, they screwed up somewhere when they did that track. They didn't put that on the liner notes like it's an album. They didn't put that on the description when you went to buy the track. That's the only 2 times I've had issues, which is, I can't really say, nothing real negative, because all the other times I've gotten tracks from there, everything's been great. Never had a problem. But if you've never tried karaokeversion.com, man, try it out. Download you can sample the song before you purchase it. And they got songs for guitar, bass, keyboard, drums. And, of course, if you're a singer, it's a great tool, I believe, anyway, especially if you're a guitar player. Really helps you out a lot. Man, they got songs. You can pick whatever era you want, from the 50s up to the 2000s, It's pretty cool. Yeah, so how did I come across karaokeversion.com? I Googled, I came across in a Google search. And I think the way you put it in the way they have it, if you type it in, it's karaoke and then a hyphen and then version.com. So it's not all one word. So it's a cool place to get tracks, man. Simon Williams, yeah, he uses that too. Yeah, I love it, man. I didn't know they were even around until I guess about a year ago or something. And I was like, oh my God, it just opened up a whole nother door, because I'm like, man, I like to learn how to play this song, that song. And then when you have the track with all the other instruments you can play with, you can learn, as long as your ear is good enough to know, if you're doing the right chord or in the right key, And just remember, when you start to play, the first thing you always do is tune. Always tune. I mean, I'm telling you, you can tune your guitar. You can sit here and play. You get done, you tune it again, put it in your case or on the stand or whatever. You come in here in 24 hours, you pick it up. Chances are it's going to be out just a little. Sometimes it might not be, but the temperature and all that stuff, the way the weather is, has a lot to do with that. Especially in the wintertime, man, and you got the heat on, like the heat will be on in here. And let's say it's 35 degrees outside. You get your guitar tuned up, you'll play it. It might be okay for a couple of days. And let's say you don't pick this guitar up for like a week, at least 4 or 5 days. You go back and pick it up and you're like, whoa, it's like really sharp. And I'm like, well, how? So you got to tune it down, and then back up the pitch, and then the same thing will happen. It'll be flat, and you got to tune it back. It's funny how weather can do that. It's crazy. I was like, wow, man. But it does play a role in that. It really does. All right, guys. What do we want to about? What, 45, 50 minutes? Let's see. Yes, almost 50 minutes. So, like I said, I didn't want to be on here too long, man. I know it's Sunday. People are wrapping up their weekend. I just wanted to play a little bit and say hello. And hope everybody's doing well. And if anybody is even close to the danger zone down there, please stay safe. Be careful. And safety is the number one important thing. So thank you, everybody, for watching. Hope you have a great day. I'm going to get off here and try to enjoy the rest of the day and just see what happens tomorrow as far as work, because I have no clue yet. We're just hanging by a thread here. Okay. Take care, everybody. Be safe. God bless. Until next time, this is Joe, and we'll see you then. Take care. Bye. Bye-bye.